All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record. Up, you're on mute.
Okay,
Okay, Travalle Perry, DOC number 376475.
Hi, Terrell. My name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Ms. Wise and Ms. Jackson. Explain the process to you. Read some information to the record. Have a parole interview. You can ask some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. Take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Travalle Perry, DOC number 376475, third class offender. Parole eligibility date 11/21/2022. Good time. You're not eligible for good time. Full term date 5/20/2026. 7 years. Decent behavior with the juvenile, contraband, distribution of hydrocodone. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Travalle?
44,
How long have you been, how many years have you been incarcerated?
43 months. 3 years and 7 months.
And do you have a GED or high school diploma?
No, sir, I'm currently in the high set program.
Working on your house. That's very good. What grade did you drop out of school in?
6th grade was the last grade I completed.
Why'd you drop out?
I had gotten in trouble in school and got sent to juvenile down to boot camp in Tallulah.
Okay.
When I come back, when my mom registered me, they tried to get her, they sent me to Camp Bogart, but she didn't.
Okay. Well, how you doing with your house there?
Well, I passed everything on except my math. That's the only thing I have to pass, and you only allow, sir.
You working on that? Yeah, that's important to get. Keep working hard on that. What kind of classes have you taken? Have you taken sex offender treatment class?
Yes, sir. I'm still in the sex offender treatment class. I'm due to graduate next month.
Done
Sir,
phase 1 and phase 2?
sir.
Done phase 1 and phase 2?
Yes, sir. And phase 3. We take the phase 4 test this month.
So you're working on phase 4, okay. And what other classes have you taken?
Anger management and living in balance. That's the substance abuse class.
Right. And tell me about your crime here. Were you using drugs on? What caused this?
I was on alcohol and hydrocodone drugs, but I'm not gonna sit here and blame it on the drugs. It was a thoughtless act that I did, and senseless act, and I was wrong for it, and didn't want to apologize to the family, which I know I cannot talk to the family, but I hurt them emotionally, mentally, and physical, and I know how I feel now because 2 days ago, a DFC worker came and told me that my daughter been getting molested ever since I've been incarcerated. So I know how the family feel. And I just want to apologize to them. These programs, they have taught me and gave me the tools to go back into society and to not to reoffend, to go out there and be a law-abiding citizen.
Right. I'm sorry to hear about your daughter. That's right. That's a bad thing. Now tell me, when's your last disciplinary write-up?
I got rebooked back in September of 2020 for a cell phone charge, but I haven't been in any trouble ever since then.
Yeah, you got a cell phone charge. I saw that in 2021 or 2020?
2020, September 29th of 2020. We pleaded out in court last year on the charge.
Yeah. What's your plan to be released? Where are you going to go? What you going to do?
I'm going to go to a small town called Bonita where my dad have rent houses at and go to work, take care of my responsibility, sir.
Small town where?
Called Bonita. It's in Morehouse Parish. And go to work because I have a job lined up waiting for me. I have residence, and I'm just going to take care of my responsibilities. I'm willing to continue to get treatment and get me a mentor and do whatever I have to better myself more for society. And I was told by, sir.
Go ahead.
I was told by the teacher that's over the GED program that next door to the parole office, they have a spot where we could take our high set if we was enrolled while incarcerated and we make parole. So I'm willing to continue my education and continue counseling, give me a mentor and find a group and just try to be a law-abiding citizen.
How many children do you have?
14.
14 children. Now, how many baby mamas you got?
I got 6 different baby mamas. And
Oh,
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm glad I got incarcerated, but I'm glad that I was able to get the help that I needed during this incarceration.
yeah, you got a lot of work to do, man. You got to take care of all those children, huh?
Yes, sir. I
Do
got
you
one.
contact with those children? Do you speak to those children, all of them?
Yes, sir. I still, except for my wife. My wife, she left me, but I talk to my children through my other children mother, because she be around my kids. She like to, since they siblings, she keeps them in touch, and they video call me.
All right. Major, you have any input for me?
No, sir, just that he's not been in no trouble, cause I don't hear his name none in the thing, and he's not had no write-ups or nothing since he's been here. He's been doing good.
Okay, great, great. Travalle, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. If y'all give me the chance and opportunity to go back into society, I will be a law-abiding citizen. This prison isn't for me. I mean, I see these guys that say they stay home. This is not a home. You know, I learned my lesson, and like I said, I act off a thoughtless act. And honestly, like I said, I'm glad that I was incarcerated to get help, because I've had plenty of opportunity in other facilities to get drugs, and that ain't what I want. I didn't mess with them because that ain't what I want. I want to go back out there and be the father that I should be to my children, and the law-abiding citizen that I should be. I thank y'all for giving me a chance to have a parole hearing also.
Okay. All right, we'll vote. Panel prepared to vote. I'll vote first. But Travalle, sounds like you're doing well. I mean, it sounds like you are doing well now. You're taking the sex offender treatment, learning a little something. You're taking some classes, trying to work on your high set. Those are all positive things. So I see you moving in the right direction. I'm pretty consistent until somebody, if your charge does conviction needs to finish sex offender treatment. So I know you're still working on that. I'd like to see you get your high set. I'd like to see you get a little more time down with no problems. I know it's been a year or so ago with the cell phone, but that's a problem. You need to stay out of trouble from here on out. Continue your sex offender, get your high set, and if you come in front of me again the next time, it might get an outcome. But for today, for me, I'm going to deny you parole. That's why.
Okay.
Mr. Perry, I'm glad to hear that this time has been well spent and you've learned some things. You got a lot of eyes looking at you with those kids. You really need to get some things squared away. I'm glad that you are. But today, my vote is to deny as well for the reasons I already stated. My best wishes to you.
I have a question.
Wait, Ms. Jackson, we'll vote.
All right, Mr. Perry, I am encouraged by what I heard from you today. You've got a lot to overcome, bad crime. But you've got law enforcement opposition, you have victim opposition. And I think you need to keep working on some things that are going to ensure this doesn't happen again. So you need to complete sex offender treatment in your high set. So I would encourage you to reapply when you're eligible. But my vote today is to deny.
Yes, ma'am. May I ask y'all a question?
You got it.
And it states that the law in August 1st of 2024, that any sex offender that's been denied will have to wait 4 years. Would that be retroactive and apply to me, because I would be eligible again 2 months after that?
I'm not really sure. We don't calculate time, but you can ask them there. They can give you that information. Okay?
All right.
3 for the denied. Today your parole's been denied. Good luck to you. We'll adjourn at 8:02 at Webster. Thanks.
Thank y'all.
Did we just learn something today? Any offender, offender that's been denied will have to wait 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, are we making progress? Let's check this out. Law, Louisiana offender. Let's check this out. I'm Googling this. To amendment 4 years. let's see. You know what? I think I'll have to. I'll have to maybe Google that later. But yes, you know, we've been really raging on this channel about how lenient the laws are for these creatures, right? Like, it's been really firing us all up. Like, how is it possible that someone can do this to a child, and the things that we've heard, and they get 5 years, 7 years? Like, in this case, he got 7 years for everything. And then he's checking up parole in like 2.5 years. And yeah, if that law exists, then yes, about time. You know, the toll it typically, you know, we didn't hear the victim speak in this case, but the toll that it takes on victims just to hear that they have to get to parole, it can oftentimes derail them from all the progress that they've been working on themselves and making, and just getting their life back together, just so that they have to lose sleep for months waiting for the hearing, not knowing if they're a monster, if the predator is going to get released on the street. So at least we can have that 4 year of certainty. I did like a quick Google search, and so many things popped up that I I'll have to do it, I guess, after. But wow, that is, if I do find it, I'll paste it in the description below, because that is at least some good news, if there could have been any. Can you imagine? He has 14 kids. He has 14 children. He's 43 years old. Sorry, but you don't need to go to a class to know that you can't touch a child. He has 14 of his own children. I don't think for 1 second that this was like a one-time incident. We don't have the details. And if we had the details, it would probably only enrage us more. It only means that he was caught once. And he has 14 of his own children. It's sick. Sick. And the best the judge could do is give him 7 years. So he's going to be free on the street. And he's the dangerous kind, because he was a smooth talker. He seems so normal. It's the most dangerous. And he has all his kids to prey on, and all of their friends to prey on. Man, I hope that law, I'm going to look it up. I'm just excited to end this so we can look it up and say, okay, we're making progress, because we need to hold. It's not holding the predators accountable, because it's about, it starts really at our legal system. There needs to be, and I don't know where the bottleneck, I don't know where the problem really is. I don't know if it's on the judge is simply limited. They just don't have the ability to pass on longer sentences because they're not allowed to. So I don't know where the problem is. It might be that there are maximums that they have to work with, and 7 years might have been the maximum in this case for the charges that were brought. But there needs to definitely be a way to increase these maximums for when you hurt a child, for when you destroy a child's innocence, for the damage is incalculable. And the idea that someone can get more time for a possession charge is insane. It's pure insanity. And the idea that we can all see it, and that the people creating our laws just don't seem to be aware of it is like makes you want to just pull your hair out and bang your head against the wall because it's so obvious to all of us. Why do we not protect our children? Why? Why? You give me one good answer. Give me one good answer. Give me one good answer. Tell me why someone who hurts a child can get 7 years, or someone who does wire fraud can get 20. Someone who sells a green leaf that's legal in most of the country can get 25 or even 40. Well, I've seen life sentences. This is also, these are things that we need to hold accountable the people that put these laws into place. And knowledge is power. And that's one good thing that came out of all this craziness is having these hearings on YouTube so that it can't be hidden away anymore into the corners of society. Now it's public. Now we all see it. And now we can demand change. All right, with that, I'll let you go.